When I was in high school many, many years ago, I needed one more credit in order to graduate. I'm looking for something easy. I'd already taken cooking and I thought, okay, I'll take a sewing class. And that's how it all began. I didn't have any idea what sewing was gonna be like or about or even interesting. But I have found the creativity very rewarding in my life. I was kind of bored for a while. I'm not anymore, but I was kind of bored for a while and I thought, maybe I can help Tammy, our receptionist. So I volunteered there and she'd find little jobs for me here and there. And I got these cards to cut out. Not real interesting, but I'm cutting out cards and I'm starting to read them. And the first line was, Good Shepherd Clothes Closet. Oh. And as I'm looking, I'm thinking, they take donations. I wonder what they do with the things that are torn or zippers are broken. Those are the things people donate. And the more I thought about it, the more I couldn't forget about it. So when the day was over, I walked down and stuck a note under the door at Good Shepherd. And they called me with some really interesting things. I mean, manufacturers would send them boxes of shirts that people opened with an X-Acto knife so they'd have a slit down the shirt. Sometimes you'd find zippers that were sewn on wrong where you couldn't pull them up. It was so interesting because I never knew what I was going to find in those boxes. But interesting, I loved it. One of the things that sticks out in my mind is that I was in there one day and they had a whole stack of straw hats, the kind with big brim and the straw crown, and somebody had put too many of those in a box and tried to close it up and crushed the straw crown in every single hat. They certainly weren't going to do any good out in the sun like that. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do with that? And as I thought, God gave me the idea. I wonder how they would look if I took a bandana, made a square that would go over that hole in the crown, glue it on, spray glue up inside, which would stiffen it and hold the crown up, and make a headband out of the same bandana fabric. Well, I fixed them all that way, and I kept thinking, oh, they're gonna throw these in the trash. I personally didn't want to do that, but it's the only thing I could think of. So I walked in the door with them to say they're done, and a gentleman was following me in because he needed clothes. And he says, can I get one of those hats? And I looked at a volunteer and they said yes. And then the volunteer said, put one in the back because I want one too. Anyway, there's been lots of challenges, lots of unique situations, but that I think was the strangest one I've done. It's amazing to me how God is always with me when I sew. I mean, I'm supposed to be working, I'm supposed to be thinking about what I'm doing, but God is always with me when I sew. And I feel his support. I feel smarter than I know I am. It's just amazing how God is always with me when I sew, and he always helps me. If I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, I know immediately, wait, that's not right. So yeah, I really feel that God has been with me my whole life through my sewing. You know, it's funny, everyone talks about the treasures, their time and their talent. To me, it's not I don't feel like it's a talent, because for me, being my talent means that somehow some of it comes from me. I feel like it's a gift I didn't even know I wanted. But throughout my life, I have felt it's a gift I can help people with, a gift that maybe they can't afford what they really want, but because I can sew, I can help them get that. So, and it's also a wonderful way to spend my time. Whenever I sew, I don't feel like I've wasted time. I've spent my time honoring God.